All righty, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2019 Bear Awards night. Tonight is your night to celebrate. There are literally thousands of high school athletes across this nation that have dreamed of the chance that you guys have had and what y'all have been through. And so tonight I'd like to begin by just giving yourself a round of applause for making it this far in your career. My name is Vernon White. I'm the PA voice of the University of Pikeville. You can tell it's going to be a big night when Pikey dons the suit and the championship ring. Sir. Let's begin with a word of prayer. Father God of heaven, we thank you tonight for your abundant blessings in our life. We thank you tonight, Father, for each student athlete that's in this room. We thank you, Father, for your blessing upon them. We thank you, Lord, that every good gift and perfect gift comes from you, and we know that it does. Tonight, Father, we celebrate successes tonight. We celebrate the gift of your Son. We celebrate the gift of life that you have blessed us with. Be with us throughout this night and everything that we do. May we be ever mindful of your presence and be very quick to give you all praise for it all. In the precious name of Jesus, we do pray. And everybody said amen. Before we begin tonight, we'd like to recognize Robert and Nanette Staggs. Will y'all please stand? 21 years. 21 years of marriage. I told you. Also tonight, we'd like to recognize the spouses of all of our coaches. God knows what they go through. Would y'all please stand and be recognized, the spouses of our coaches. We begin tonight with a very special speaker. Our speaker today is Mr. Greg White, president of Greg White Productions, an international speaking firm that focuses on improving behavior, attitude, and performance. And Greg was born in Mullins, West Virginia, and learned about life from his parents and mentors, knowing that setting goals and hard work are the price that you must pay to achieve lifelong success. He is a well-known motivational speaker on the speaker circuit in both in business and the university world. He has delivered his motivational message to over 2,500 organizations. He has spoken at numerous universities such as UCLA, Kentucky, and the University of Louisville, and hundreds of others. Greg has written several books, including The Winning Edge and Success, Attitude is Everything. And Greg is the 1977 West Virginia High School Player of the Year, an All-American basketball player, a 28-year college coaching veteran who coached at UCLA, the nation's winningest championship basketball program, with 11 national titles. You had to put that in there. He also served as head coach at Marshall University, the University of Charleston, and the University of Pikeville, where he was part of the 500 wins as a coach and player. And Greg played collegiately at Marshall, where he was a record-setting playmaker at point guard position and is in Marshall University's Hall of Fame. He has 2 degrees from Marshall, an undergraduate degree in business and a master's degree in sports management. And Greg believes it is important to always think big and maintain the right attitude and to always give your best. Ladies and gentlemen, we are fortunate tonight. Would you join me in welcoming Mr. Greg White?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, good. Okay, before we get started here tonight, I'm going to do some special tricks with this basketball. Before we get started, I've got a little friendly wager going on. When I ask you to stand, I want you to stand. When I ask you to clap, I want you to clap. I want everyone with their backs turned to spin your chairs around and face me, please. Please do that. Spin them around. Thank you. Thank you. Come on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay, great. Okay, let's get this exercise done. When I ask you to stand, I want you to stand. Please stand, and when I say clap, we're going to clap for 30 seconds. I want to hear a thunderous clap. I just spoke at the University of Notre Dame's banquet just like this, and I asked them to do this, and they were pretty good. I want to see you be better. Now, we've got this on film, and I'm looking to put this on my website, so I want it to be absolutely amazing. I want your best enthusiasm for 30 seconds when I ask you to stand. Everybody up. We're going to clap like you mean it when I say go. Ready, go. Come on. Come on. Down. Stop. All right. Now, I firmly believe that the greatest skill in the history of the world is listening. Freeze. Don't move. Don't blink. Get your hands up like this. When I tell you clap, you're going to clap 2 times very quickly. Ready, clap. Oh, this is going to be amazing. Clap. Clap. And right crosses left, you're going to clap once very loudly. Get those hands up. Now, I got a couple guys back there not being very, very enthusiastic. Right crosses left, you're going to clap once very loudly. Ready? Ready? Come on, let me hear it. When it stops over this hand, you're going to clap very easy. Easy, easy. Come on, clap. Higher, louder. Stop. We're going to go to 5. Ready? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Have a seat. Have it down. Okay. Eyes up here, eyes up here, eyes up here. Let's work some magic tonight. When I was a kid, I went to a basketball camp, and there was a guy spinning the basketball on his finger like this, and I walked up to him, I said, "Excuse me, sir, is there any way you could show me how to do that?" He said, "Sure." You'll know him as, those of you that follow basketball, as Mike D'Antoni, the head basketball coach of Houston Rockets. I said, "Mike, is there any way you could show me how to do that?" I look up, "Please show me." He says, "Well, all you have to do is get down your stance, flip the basketball in your finger about 2 million times, and then finally it'll be up there for 3 or 4 seconds. And then the more you practice, the better you get." So I went home to my garage by myself, and I started to spin the basketball on my finger, and watch what happened. Some absolute crazy things started to happen. Now, with what I do now, I fly over the world, and I fly like this, and it is so much fun. Now, as a kid, I was pretty committed to my goals. But before I tell you my success story, let me tell you the failure story. I got cut from the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th grade. I finally made the team as a 9th grader. As a 9th grader, I was at a basketball camp, and in a classroom, a teacher was teaching goal setting. And the teacher said, "If you're serious about your goals, write your big goals down on your mirror." So I went to my bathroom, I wrote the goals down that I wanted to accomplish. And the goal I wanted to accomplish as a 9th grader was to be the high school player of the year. So I started practicing. Everything I did, I took my basketball with me. I would start my day brushing like this. Give that a shot. I would have my meals like this. I would have my meals like this. Give this a shot. You guys need to lose some weight. This is a great diet. I'd be in the bathroom in the morning in a small home in southern West Virginia. Man, I wish I could go back. My mom and dad are no longer living, but they gave me an amazing life. They used to discipline me with tough love, always made me focus on school, but I'd be in that bathroom in the morning, my sister would pop the door open, and I'd go, "Good morning." Good catch. "Good morning, Kim." All right, after that, I'd be shaving in the mornings. Well, we know this razor can absolutely hurt you if it cuts you. So I'd be shaving like this. I wouldn't advise you try that one. And then there was school. My mom used to say all the time, if you learn to read, if you can learn to learn, you can go in your bedroom and stay there for hours and read a book and travel the world. So I learned to read. I'm still an avid reader. I read a book every week. But I'd be reading like this. I get back to the hotel at night, I'd be like this. And I'd be reading like that. I'll never forget, just like many of you, the college coach walks in. I'm there with my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister. The college coach from Marshall University walks in. He says, "Because of your ability to play basketball, because of your ability at school, academically, because of your character, we're offering you full scholarship." Some of you know what I mean. And he plopped the scholarship down in front of me. As the scholarship hit the table, I signed my college scholarship like this. Now, I want you to imagine me signing my name like this. Just a few years ago, I had another goal, and my goal was to work for the Jordan brand. And I'd never met Michael Jordan, but I found myself in Charlotte in his office one-on-one with the big Michael Jordan. He stands up, he's a supposing figure, and I'm in there. He goes, well, show me what you got. And I started doing a couple crazy things with the ball, and then all of a sudden, he put the scholarship, or the contract, the Jordan brand in front of me, and I signed the contract like this. Greg White. He went, wow, that is crazy. One more trick, true story. I was coaching here at Pikeville College years ago, and I'm having all this amazing success, and I'm traveling the world speaking. And I would leave here in early June. I would not come back until August. This particular camp, I was doing 50. This particular year, I was doing 59 camps in 65 days. So I fly into the Denver airport, and I flew all the way from Lexington like this, man. I was down, and I flew all the way there. I get off the plane. I get in a town car. They take me over to the basketball camp. Now, it was a little bit different, just a sports camp, but it was different than all the rest. When I walked in this camp, every single person there had a handicap. Some didn't have arms, some didn't have legs, some didn't have eyes, some didn't have ears. None could walk. Most were in wheelchairs or lying on the floor. And my job was to entertain. So I was up in front of the group. I was doing all my special tricks with basketball. Man, I was really working the ball. I did my spinning, my most special tricks. Now it's time for me to leave. And this little guy pulls his leg up. He said, Coach White, Coach White, Coach White, my name's Nathan, and I know something you can't do. He said, you can't spin a basketball on your head. And I said, you're right, young man, but I'll promise you this, I'm a goal setter. And the next time I see you will be next summer, I'll be spinning the ball on my head. So about 6 months go by, I'm living down the apartments right beside the old gym, and I get this letter in the mail from Nathan. Coach White, remember me? And I'm like, wow. It was this camp application. So that next summer, I flew all the way to Denver. I get to Denver, I'm there. I get in the town car, they take me over, I walk in, and sure enough, there's Nathan. Remember me? I said, I sure do. Nathan sat up front, so Nathan's sitting up front. Now I'm going to take you back in time to that arena. It was the Denver Nuggets basketball camp. Those 1,000 campers on the floor. Again, none of them can walk. They're all handicapped. Some without arms, some without legs, some without eyes, ears. 2,500 parents in the stands. The last thing I did, I said, Nathan, come up here. He stands up. I go, Nathan and I are going to have a little friendly wager. He bet me I couldn't spin a ball on my head, but today the wager is going to happen. If I can spin a ball on my head, I get Nathan's dad's card. Nathan's dad, where are you? He said, I'm up here. Please stand. So the bet is, Nathan's dad, Mr. Barner, if I cannot spin a ball on my head, you get my car. But if I can, I get your car. Everybody laughed. So I need everybody to focus, staring at me. I need your energy. I need your positive vibes. I need everyone frozen on me. Don't even blink. Ready? Freeze. I got a couple people moving. I need your energy. This is a crazy trick. I need your energy. Give it to me now. Freeze. Don't move. Don't blink. Give me your energy. Give me the positive vibes. Watch what happens. Let's try one more time. Get it on camera. Vibes. Freeze, freeze. And I spun the ball on my head. As the person who introduced me said, I used to be the basketball coach here at Pikeville College back in a time where Pikeville College was nothing like this. Let me tell you something. When you're a college athlete on a college campus, I speak to all these athletes all over the country. My market I speak in is to college athletes. And I would liken tonight as all of you playing sports here and being on a magic carpet ride. Don't ever take for granted this incredible opportunity you have here at Pikeville. Now, I know some of you want to play at Duke and UCLA, Kentucky, and it didn't work out that way. You're here. Many of you wanted to play here, and you're living your dream. But let me tell you something about the UCLA experience. 11 national titles. And I coached under those titles as a coach. And let me tell you what the experience was. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. We'd play a game. We'd play Duke, whoever we played, Louisville, Kentucky, whoever we played. We would win. And then the 15,000 people in Pauley Pavilion would be gone. And it would be reduced to your teammates, handful of coaches, and moms and dads. Those were the people that I connected with while I was there at UCLA. And you have that same ability here. Let me tell you something. The athletic director, Kelly Wells, the president, the provost, all the professors are so proud of you guys. Earlier today, they were telling me how well all of you do in the classroom. That's so amazing. A couple other things I want to talk about. I don't have much time. I just want to kind of jump into my program that I speak all over the country on. Just to give you a couple pointers before you leave here tonight. There were 3 frogs sitting on a log. One decides to jump. How many frogs are left? Some of you would say 2. The correct answer is 3. Making the decision to jump and jumping are 2 different things. Making a decision to come to Pikeville to get a degree and getting a degree are 2 different things. Do you know that 1 of every 2 student athletes that walk on a college campus don't graduate all over the country? There's 5,200 colleges out there of higher learning education. And I speak at them all, Arizona, Kentucky, Duke, UCLA. I've been into all of them. Now, some of those guys, the select few, go to the pros, whether it be soccer or the NBA or the NFL. But most of us are reduced to not playing in the NFL. I was a Division I athlete at Marshall. I was all league 3 years in a row, destined for the Professional Basketball League. A smaller guy playing in the NBA. I got to training camp. 3 hours later, they cut me. Then I went to Europe to play. All you guys wanted to play in Europe? It's a pipe dream. Even if you do go, you'll make no money, a little bit of money. I had 47 guys play basketball overseas. None of them have any money from their playing days. Make sure you get the college degree. You know, it didn't take me long when I jumped out into the workforce to realize, you know what, I'm going to have to be good in the people business. And I was living right here at Pikeville when I realized this. I had my first job. I had the degree. I'm coaching the Pikeville Bears. And I'm traveling around, and I knew I was going to have to be pretty good in the people business. And it's absolutely amazing to me all the different kinds of people. Some people are like wheelbarrows. You got to push them or they don't go anywhere. Others are like kites. You got to hold their string or they'll fly away. Some are like neon lights. They flash on and off. Some are like footballs. You drop them, you never know which way they're going to bounce. Others are like basketballs. They bounce all over the place. Some are like canoes. They need to be paddled. Others are like the stock market. One day they're up, the next day they're down. And then there are those that are like good watches. Pure gold, open-faced, quietly busy, and full of good works. Which are you? When you consider God gives us all the wonderful ability to love, plan, think, create, and overcome. Armed with those attributes, how could any of us fail? But many people's best days are the days they spend as college athletes. And then they don't graduate from college. And then they step out in the real world not prepared. And then they play the game of failure over and over and over. Do you know if you get a college degree, you're in the upper 1% in the world in education? And when you consider there's been 110 billion people born on the face of this earth, 110 billion with a B. And there's 103 billion are dead, 7 billion walking around today. And 3.5 billion of the 7 billion live in these third world companies. They don't have a roof over their head. They don't have 3 square meals. They can't read or write as in the word stop on a stop sign or write their name. And their biggest challenge is not will they get enough food to eat. That's guaranteed they won't. The biggest challenge is will they have enough clean water for their children to survive. And then there's us, living here in this American country, being an athlete at the University of Pikeville with opportunities for success and more success right at our fingertips. 2 things I want to leave you with tonight. If you don't do anything else, I go around the country and I talk about my program called the 5 C's, and I'm going to talk to you about 2 of them tonight. The first one is communication. The first part of communication is listening. Now, as I observed the group tonight, everyone appears to be listening, some more than others. But listening is such an important skill. It's the greatest skill in the history of the world. Sitting up on your shoulders, the greatest computer in the history of the world. Not made by Dell, not made by Apple, made by God. Not only did he give you the computer, but he gave you 2 arms, 2 eyes, 2 legs, 2 ears. And as I look out here, I see just incredibly good-looking people, full of enthusiasm. I see youth and energy and positive vibes in this room as I observed you coming up in steps and walking in here tonight. Communication. The second part of communication is your ability to convey your thoughts and ideas to others. What are you going to be about when you're sitting across the oak desk and you have a college degree and the person says to you, tell me a little bit about yourself? If your answer is 60 seconds, you just flunked. See, college doesn't teach you these things. You better have a great handshake, and it better not be one of these that LeBron gives out on the court with his $500 million, or one that Jordan gave me and go, hey, man, great to meet you, man. It better be the nice handshake. My wife, I met her when she was in college, and she was so busy she didn't have time for a date. I didn't think she liked me. She liked me, but she really didn't have time. She was in med school. And as I watched her progress through med school, I'm like, this girl is serious. One of my first dates, I was having a cookout at my apartment. I said, hey, Don, I'm having a cookout. Why don't you come? Sure, I'll come. I'm coming at 7:30. Make sure you have my burger ready at 7:30. I have to leave at 8. She shows up for the burger at 7:30. 8 o'clock, she's out the door. She's back to her studies. Now, a lot of time has passed since then, but now she's a successful doctor. I know some of you in here are in medicine. What an amazing career. But I always admired her ability to study. Also, loved her ability to shake hands with people and interact with people. Having been a college basketball coach most of my career, as a head coach, I've been in a lot of rooms like this where I've had to be able to engage with people. You have to be able to communicate. When I was coaching, I had a rule with my players. When someone asks you how you're doing, the rule was this. Your answer could be one of 5 answers. Good, great, terrific, fantastic, or sensational. After you get the college degree, you're going to go from good to great to terrific to fantastic, sensational to absolutely marvelous, because once you get the college degree, you're in the upper 1% club. And that, with the ability to communicate, you should be a success with your life. The second C I want to talk about is costume, dressing for success. Man, I'll tell you what, there was a girl that walked up the steps. I was standing out there, and I was looking at her. I'm like, that girl is really pretty. And she walked by me, and she went, hello. And I'm like, man, girl, you are fine, girl. She was absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, and I mean that. Gorgeous. Getting back to costume, dressing for success. I tell you what, when you go for that interview, you better be dressed the right way. When you go for that interview, you better be dressed the right way. One thing about those interviews, I just took my 24-year-old to an interview in D.C., and the stakes were high. It was a $240,000 job. Now, that's not his salary, but that's what he had the potential to make in the first year. And then, I don't like beards, but he has a beard, and I drove him up, and the night before, I'm like, listen, man, you better clean up that beard. Dad, I got this. I got it, Dad. So the next morning, I jump up, go for a workout. I come back. He's all cleaned up. He's got the shirt and tie on. I'm like, wow, he looks absolutely amazing. So as the interview concluded, he said, Dad, these guys want to meet you. So I walked in, and I meet, and there were 2 guys and a guy. They walk out, and they meet me. And so I'm in the lobby, and I'm telling you right now, then they took me up to the floor where they worked. And all these executives were between 23 and 30. They hire 1 employee a week. They fire 1 employee a week. So no matter who was sitting there, 1 employee a week goes out the door. 1 employee a week comes in the door. So the stakes are high. The wages after your first year are guaranteed to be $240 to $350. So the stakes are high. And what I really noticed more than anything is they were looking at their watch going, I got to go. We got to get back upstairs. So they jump on the elevator, they go back. And then Hunter, my son, is telling me, Dad, these guys have to be in the building. Work starts at 8, 10 to 8. If you're not early, you're late. So my point is, the art of communication, having a positive attitude. Before I close, I coached a lot of athletes. I've been around a lot of successful people in my day. I've seen a lot of successful people. I've seen a lot of failures. just as you have. And you are truly in a position for success. Being a college athlete, you're learning to compete. You're learning how to get up when you get knocked down. You're learning how to have relationships with your teammates and get along. And I remember those days. And I look back, they were the best days of my life. You're learning how to execute on the playing field. But more important than anything, from this experience, through the ups and downs, you'll be meaningful relationships that will be built in this room that you'll have for a lifetime. On my 50th birthday, my wife surprised me with the best present ever. I went to the door, I opened the door, and 10 of my college teammates are there for my 50th birthday. I'm like, wow. 10 of them for the weekend. We're hanging out watching the Final 8 games before I headed off to the Final 4. And we laughed and joked, and we were laughing about things that my wife's like, that's not even funny. I know, we know you don't think it's funny, but it's really funny because we were there. I played at the basketball school. It's great to be alive when you consider the alternative. I played at Marshall. Many of you saw the movie We Are Marshall. My next door neighbor was the head football coach that died in that plane crash. And it's ironic that years later, I went to Marshall to play, and then I became the basketball coach there. And it's ironic that the day I get the job, I get a phone call from the mother who lost her son, who was 35, as the head football coach. The entire football team died in a plane crash. She called and said, hey, Rick would be proud. And when I was 8 years old, my mom and dad were crying. I'd never seen my parents cry. And then as I grew up, I realized why they were crying. It's an incredible opportunity to be sitting out here and be in the position you're in. Relish this opportunity. Don't come up empty. I heard guys today, I'm going to Europe to play. There's no money there. Play all you can. Understand, you're going to come back and you're going to have no money. I had a guy that played 4 years in the NBA. He played 13 total years, 9 years in Europe. He came back. He has none of that money now. He's mid-30s. Not a dime of it. Now, he works in the NBA front office. He has a great job. He has a great home. He made the money in the NBA that he bought his home with. Money's what makes the world go round. Understand, after you cannot score a hoop, kick a soccer ball, hit a softball, baseball, for the rest of your life, you will not be people telling you how great you are. There'll be no more free hotels, free burgers, free steaks, banquets like this. So understand this amazing opportunity. I'm firmly convinced of this. You're at the right place at the right time. Take care of your business. As my mom used to say, you can go where you want to go. You can be who you want to be if you'll just do what you're supposed to do. In closing, I'm going to end with a poem. I know sometimes athletes say I'm not a role model. I've always thought that I was a role model. I always thought as an athlete I was a role model. The poem goes like this. A little fellow follows me. A careful man I want to be. A little fellow follows me. I do not dare to go astray for fear he'll go the same self way. I cannot escape his eyes, for whatever he sees me do, he tries. Like me, he says he's going to be. That little chap who follows me. He thinks that I'm good and fine. He believes in every word of mine. Someday he'll see the base in me, that little chap who follows me. I must remember as I go through summer sun and winter snow, I'm building for the years to be, that little chap who follows me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. White. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, would you join me in a warm round of applause for Mr. Greg White and his inspirational words tonight? At this time, athletes, if I could direct your attention to the video screens. Fabulous. Before we begin our awards tonight, we have a special award. Athletic Director Kelly Wells presenting to Coach Pitt, won his 100th game, leading the Bears.
Did it today.
Yeah. And that was accomplished today. Congratulations, Coach Pitt. And we'll begin with the rest of our program tonight, first recognizing the team's most outstanding players. From baseball, Jay Vincent. From men's basketball, Javian De La Cruz. Also nominated for Best Beard, not nominated for Best Beard, from women's basketball, Emily Baker. Continuing with the most outstanding player from men's bowling, Alex Hoffman. From women's bowling, Lauren Piotrowski. Most outstanding player from men's cross country, Mason Rowe. Most outstanding player from women's cross country, Caitlin Puckett. Most outstanding player from football, Zandre Willis. From men's golf, Blake Moody. From women's golf, Boo Newsom. Boo. Boo. Also best name. Most outstanding player from men's soccer, Eric Bernabeu. From women's soccer, Midori Flan. I believe I butchered that. Okay. Also for men's tennis, Eric Bernabeu. From women's tennis, Andrea Hurtado. Most outstanding player from men's archery, Eric Clements. From women's archery, Tori Gayhart. From cheer, Mia Newsom. Most outstanding player from dance, Rachel Miller. From esports, Stephen Osborne. Most outstanding player for volleyball, Noelani Simpson. From softball, Hannah Skaggs. Most outstanding player for men's track, Cliff Edmondson. Finally, the most outstanding player for the women's track, Kim Lester. Congratulations to all the outstanding players for each team. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, the female academic team of the year with a GPA of 3.85, women's tennis. Yes. And the male academic team of the year is men's tennis with a GPA of 3.33. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the nominees for the Bill Baird Community Service Award. The nominees are the women's basketball team, Leanne Traylor from dance, the baseball team, Kenton Hall men's tennis, Shelby LeMaster women's cross country, and the men's basketball team. And the football team. And also the softball team. And the winner of the Bill Baird Community Service Award is the softball team. The 300 hours of community service at the East Kentucky Dream Center, sorting donated clothing, meal prep, and various things, helping with Celebration Christmas, loving animals and people, the Cedar Creek Assisted Living Home, crafts with the residents, and also volunteers at the animal shelter. Congratulations to the softball team, proving that they are servant leaders. And presenting the award, of course, is Mr. Bill Baird. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the nominees for the Female Champion of Character Award from women's soccer, Skylar Chapman. From women's basketball, Taylor Berger. From volleyball, Brittany Reels. From women's bowling, Felicia Montesinos. From track and field, Kayla Snyder. Nominees for female champion of character from cross country, Emma Blankenship. From softball, Hannah Skaggs. From cheer, Kinsey Prey. And from the women's golf team, Ashley Richmond. The 2019 Female Champion of Character Award goes to Miss Kinsey Prey. Congratulations,
Thank
Kinsey.
you.
And now for the male champion of character, the nominees from men's soccer, Aaron Broyles. From men's golf, Dustin Rittenstedel. From baseball, Luke Hartledge. From men's tennis, Kenton Hall. From men's track and field and cross country, Benjamin Hall. From men's basketball, Shrek Ndaye. And from football, Braxton Whitmore. The 2019 Male Champion of Character Award for the University of Pikeville goes to Shrek Ndaye, men's basketball. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the nominees for the UPIKE Spirit Award from women's soccer, Lindsay Jones. The cheer team. The women's bowling team. Men's basketball, Jackson Blaine cross country. Men's basketball, David Lee. Where's David? And the football team. The 2019 UPIKE Spirit Award goes to Jackson Blaine, cross country. Our next award tonight is for the Derek Big Show Silas Orange Heart Award. And the nominees from men's golf, Dustin Rittenstedel. From baseball, Luke Hartledge. From soccer, Billy Quintino. From women's basketball, Kayla Mullins. From dance, Tabitha Kilgore. From women's bowling, Jessica Wolf. From tennis, Shoka Nagaya, sorry. From men's cross country, Gavin Adkins. From women's cross country, Shelby Lemaster. From men's basketball, Jazz Parker. From cheer, Morgan Dixon. And from football, Dylan Wheatley. The 2019 Derek Big Show Silas Orange Heart Award goes to Kayla Mullins, women's basketball. Congratulations. Our next award is for the 2019 Captain's Award. From soccer, Oscar Pacheco. Captain's Award from dance, Leanne Traylor. Nominee from archery, Kyle Evans. From tennis, Charlie Njetus. From esports, John Turner. And from cross country, Jonathan Slose. And the 2019 Bear Awards Captain's Award goes to Jonathan Slose. Whoops. I left out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 Comeback Player of the Year Award nominees. From women's basketball, Brianna Burbridge. From volleyball, Michaela Fry. From men's cross country, Gavin Adkins. From women's cross country, Paige McPeak. From cheer, Kendra Gannon. From football, Anthony Brown. And from football, Cornelius Jackson. The 2019 Bear Award Comeback Player of the Year, Miss Brianna Burbridge. Next up is the 2019 Breakthrough Athlete of the Year. The nominees from baseball, Anthony Houck. From soccer, men's soccer, Eric Burnaby. From women's basketball, Mary Englert. From dance, Brooklyn Newsom. Men's track and field, Cliff Edmondson. Men's cross country, Martin Ick. From men's basketball, Luke Lehue. And from football, Christopher Dublin. The 2019 Breakthrough Athlete of the Year, Mr. Luke Lehue. Mid-South Conference Player of the Week, first team All Mid-South Conference, honorable mention NAIA All-American. Next up, athletes, is the record-breaking performance of the year nominees. Women's basketball. From volleyball, Noelani Simpson. Also the volleyball team. From women's bowling, Lauren Piotrowski. From archery, Tori Gayhart. From men's bowling, Jonathan Lovett. From men's basketball, Javian Dela Cruz. From softball, Megan Claypool. From football, Trevon Wofford. The 2019 record-breaking performance of the year from women's bowling, Lauren Piotrowski. 205 season average, a school record, 2 tournament wins, 1 in 439 athlete field, and 7 all-tournament teams. My goodness. That girl good. And now, the 2019 performance of the year. The nominees from baseball, Brady Kep. Captain. I'm not saying that anywhere close to right, am I? Cappy. From men's soccer, Annabelle Navarro. Women's basketball. The archery team. Women's bowling, Jessica Wolf. Women's tennis, Julia Bernsteiner. Women's cross country, sitting back over there. Luke Lehue, men's basketball. The cheer team, and Bowen Smith from football. The 2019 performance of the year, archery, women's recurve, 3D national champions, and they beat the teams 1, 2, and 4 in the nation. Our next award is for the Athletic Trainer of the Year. The nominees, Emily Atkinson, Ryan Hartzell, Erica Pitt, and Ashley Parcell. The Athletic Trainer of the Year, and your favorite, Emily Atkinson. Next up, athletes, is the Graduate Assistant of the Year for 2019. Your nominees from baseball, Sean Ryan. From soccer, Stephen Williams. From women's bowling, Laura Hall. From men's basketball, Ben Tanoff. From softball, Edie Beth Connolly. And from football, Pavin Downs. The Graduate Assistant of the Year for 2019, Mr. Ben Tanoff. And now the nominees for Assistant of the Year. From baseball, Jake Sokol. From soccer, Sean Shetka. From women's basketball, Shelby Wheeler. From dance, Paige Parsley. From volleyball, Haley Valentino. Archery, Ellie Yoakum. From tennis, Juan Reyes. From track and field, Lauren Stacy. From men's basketball, Ty Compton, husband of Lisa Compton. From softball, April Charles. From football, Justin Lamb. The 2019 Assistant of the Year, Haley Valentino. And now the nominees for the 2019 Head Coach of the Year for UPIKE. Men's basketball, Mr. Kelly Wells. From cheer, Jeannie Stone. Women's bowling, Bobby Brown. From softball, Robert Staggs. From baseball, Jim Pitt. From women's basketball, Mr. Clifton Williams. The 2019 Head Coach of the Year for the University of Pikeville, Mr. Kelly Wells. Next up, the nominees for Female Freshman of the Year. From women's golf, Peyton Grace Morris. From women's soccer, Adara Lee. From women's basketball, Mary Englert. From dance, Carlia Maynard. From women's tennis, Charlie Njehus. From track and field for the women, Kim Lester. Women's cross country, Julia Pernsteiner. From softball, Mackenzie Pollack. And from cheer, Autumn Jones. And the 2019 Female Freshman of the Year for the University of Pikeville, Miss Mary Englert. And now for the 2019 Male Freshman of the Year, your nominees. From baseball, Anthony Houck. From archery, Eric Clements. Men's cross country, Jackson Blaine. From football, Shoron Brodnix. And the Male Freshman of the Year for 2019, Eric Clements. Okay. Our next award, the Female Newcomer of the Year. Your nominees from women's golf, Ellen Keogh. From women's basketball, Dora Odia. From dance, Kerrigan McPeak. And from women's bowling, Brittany Turcoats. Your 2019 Female Newcomer of the Year from women's bowling, Brittany. And now for the Male Newcomer of the Year for 2019 at UPIKE. Your nominees from baseball, Dylan O'Grady. From men's basketball, Luke Lehue. And from football, Jason Jones. The 2019 Male Newcomer of the Year for the University of Pikeville, Luke Lehue.
I should announce this is the Joe Valentino Male Newcomer of the Year.
Correction, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Joe Valentino Male Newcomer of the Year. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the nominees for the Female Team of the Year. Your nominees, the women's bowling team, the cheerleading team, the women's archery team, the women's tennis team, and the women's basketball team. The Female Team of the Year goes to women's bowling. Number 2 in the country, number 1 in the NAIA. Mid-South Conference champs, 8 All-Conference and 4 NAIA All-Americans. Congratulations. And now the nominees for the Male Team of the Year. Your nominees, the men's soccer team, the men's basketball team, the baseball team currently 20-17 tied for 3rd in Mid-South, and the football team. Your 2019 Male Team of the Year for the University of Pikeville men's basketball. Also, ladies and gentlemen, it's not in your program, but Mr. Chase Parsley with the men's basketball team will be graduating soon, and he did not get a senior night. And tonight, we would like to recognize Mr. Chase Parsley. Thank you for your commitment to the University of Pikeville. Congratulations, Chase. Our next award tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is the Female Athlete of the Year for the University of Pikeville. The nominees from women's golf, Boo Newsom. From women's basketball, Brianna Burbridge. From women's basketball, Emily Baker. And from volleyball, Noelani Simpson. And from women's bowling, Lauren Piotrowski. The 2019 University of Pikeville Female Athlete of the Year is Miss Lauren Piotrowski. Our next award is for the Male Athlete of the Year for the University of Pikeville. Your nominees from men's soccer, Annabelle Navarro. From men's basketball, Javian Dela Cruz. And from football, Mr. Bowen Smith. The 2019 Male Athlete of the Year for the University of Pikeville, Mr. Javian Dela Cruz. Christmas awards. Congratulations, Jay. Our final awards tonight is the Christmas Award, presented to the outstanding student athletes from the University of Pikeville. And this year's winner of the Female Christmas Award for the UPIKE, Miss Emily Baker. Finally tonight, the Male Christmas Award for the University of Pikeville goes to Mr. Jay Vincent. Once again, congratulations to all of our winners. Congratulations to all of our nominees. And thank you so much, University of Pikeville student athletes. Thank you for coming tonight. Everyone, please be careful as you leave.